Okay, Phil. Just want to send you a quick little video recap of what we spoke about in your lesson today, mate. So, just to go back to the beginning, what I was observing were shots which were pretty straight, right? I mean, I spoke about how well you were hitting it, how you were just railing those balls one after another. Really good. You impressed me. Your swing, how you did it, really impressed me. There was just a few though as we went through your bag, from sort of 9 iron to 7 iron, 6 iron, long iron, hybrid to driver. There were a few which just turned over a little bit too much, right? So for me, the diagnosis for that would be as you're coming down into impact, you're still quite closed with your shoulders there. At impact, therefore, not open enough with your shoulders, right? And hips still closed a little bit. Hips are a little bit open, but you can see your shoulders still kind of closed. And then through the shot, just too straight with your arm there, right? So you look at the pros, their right arm's already tucked behind their body, and the club's coming out well underneath their left shoulder. Well, what you're doing is your club's coming out, that club face whips over a little bit, and the shaft and your hands actually come out the other side of your left shoulder, look. But certainly the shaft starts appearing through your left shoulder. As we look from the face on view, there's a lot of good stuff going on, mate. Really good stuff. Like I said, I was very impressed. It's nice sit down into the ball. Decent impact position. I'm looking for reasons why it's turning over, right? So one of the things is going to be, well, if you're not opening your turns, meaning you're keeping your body a little bit too closed, then of course the hands and the arm, that right arm, are going to go a bit too straight down the line there, look. And that's just the recipe for the club face whipping over too much, right? And if I stop you there at P8, right, which is right arm parallel with the ground, just to give you a little rundown of where the pros, the average sort of turn with the pros there is 80 degrees with the shoulders, which you pretty much hit there. So good shoulder turn there. But now it's the hips which are really lacking in turn, right? So the hips are nowhere near turned through 80 degrees, right? Let me give you a little example of that. Maybe Grant White. So if I just get him to P8, right, and you can see there, look at the difference in hip turn. Shoulder turn's about the same, but hip turn very lacking, right? Hip turn very lacking. So I think a good idea would be to start turning that left foot out a little bit more, right? That might help you just get it round a little bit more. We spoke about that, right? How Hogan used to turn that foot out. But that's the kind of look that we're after at P8, right? So you've opened your turns a bit more there. Now from down the line view, let's get your swing up again. If we go down the line, so this is your swing at the start of the session. So we'll stop you there at P6. and this was the kind of the drill. Right, so I pulled Alex Noren up, right, showed you his drill, which is that. Right, so it's kind of keep the club head behind your hands, turn your hips and shoulders at P6. Right, arms pinching, look how his right arm's pinching, right, keeping that right arm connection. So it's keeping the club head behind the hands at P6 whilst really exaggerating the turn with the hips and the shoulders. Right, I'm feeling that. So what we did was we got you kind of pumping it a little bit. There you go. There you go. So if I just stop you maybe there, that's a better position. So a few things really stick out to me there. Number one, heels off the ground a little bit more, right? If you turn your hips more, that heel's going to come off the ground more, right? As long as you're getting on your left side. So hips have turned out the way more, and shoulders are pretty square, right? And that's one of the things we said. We said, well, you've got to try and get your shoulders back down to somewhat near square at P6, so that by the time you get to P7 at impact, they're going to be open. Right? So you look at your shoulders there, you look at your hips there, foot still on the ground. Right? So then, from there, we come down to P7. There's your P7. So again, this is huge. Now obviously there's no ball there, right? We're just trying to build up some awareness, right? So from that sort of impact position where your turns is too closed, hands and arms just go straight down the line. Your right arm looks like that. Club comes out too high. Now you're going to see your hands and right arm disappear behind your body sooner. There. Right. And the club come out well underneath your left shoulder. Right. Well underneath your left shoulder. So you want to get a bit more distance, right? That's one of the things you filled out in your questionnaire. Turn harder. Right, try and generate some more club head speed. Turn harder. That would make sense with regards to helping you change your ball flight as well. All right, mate. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, just shoot me over an email. Thanks, Phil.